Hello, my name is Spiritually Awakened Princess, and these are the top 10 ways to better yourself in 2018. Let's get started. The first one is give more advice or help others. Now, I have a list here. So if you guys see me sorry for my chicken scratch, but if you guys see me looking down or anything like that, there's a reason. Okay, so yes, first one, give more advice or help others. Now, there's a lot of people that like to keep quiet or they don't want to put their input in somebody's situation. And sometimes it's good to stay out of other people's situation. But if you have some sort of knowledge that you can give to someone else or been through their type of experience in that moment, then I would advise you to give them more advice, especially when it comes to business, relationships, things like that. Even work advice, business work, finances, money, everything, all the above, even family issues sometimes, but family issues can be a touchy subject. So for those that feel like they're great at giving advice, I advise you to give that advice. For those that don't know how to give great advice or feel like they don't need to, then I suggest that you look up ways to give good advice. And the easy way to do it is simply just by self-reflection and listening, okay? So you can self-reflect. If you were in that situation, what would you do? Things like that. And make sure to listen to them as well, because if you don't, then they'll just feel like the information you're giving them is none and void. Because if you want to just give your information or advice and then not listen to them, then it's not going to be a great transfer of back and forth with you and the other person. But like I said, advise to give others advice. I advise you to give others advice and help others as well. So when I mean help others, it could be interpreted in so many different ways. You can volunteer, you can give to the poor. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's bad to give money to the homeless people or stuff like that. And you should. I mean, we need to give more as people, even if it's just a side of french fries or an apple or money, a gift card, things like that. Give more. There's nothing wrong with giving. For those that say that giving should not happen or we should wait until the government does something about the homeless situation, then they are wrong. Those people that say those type of things are wrong. I'm not trying to make this controversial. Am I saying it right? Controversial or controversial? Anyway, the second one is no more fakeness, okay? So for those people out there that are dealing with a coworker, for example, a coworker that they don't even like, and they're just continuously saying hi to you, and you're saying hi back, oh, how are you? And in the background that they're talking about you, or they have talked about you in front of other coworkers, and you definitely heard it, and sometimes in front of you, or even to your bosses, things like that. This could go the same with family members and stuff like that. First of all, it's too much that's going on in that situation, and it can make your blood boil. And when your blood boils, then that is just added stress that you don't need in your life. So I recommend that you stay away from that type of drama as soon as possible. Shoot, do you have to really wait until 2018 to start that? No. But 2018 is here. Technically, it's here, okay? So I recommend that you just don't act fake. If somebody that you don't like says hi to you, more than likely just, keep to yourself, because you don't need the extra drama. You don't need somebody even, pretending to be your friend, and it's not worth it. Don't deal with it. 2018, you have to hold your relationships of high value. You have to hold it high. And you don't want to like drag these old like relationships that don't have any value, or you don't want to drag on fake relationships, people just faking like right in your face and pretending to be cordial. Just, ignore it. Next one is number 3. Weed out bad relationships. Is like connected to number 2. Weed out bad relationships or get rid of them. So for all those people that are hanging on for dear life to your romantic relationships that have been over for over 5 years, over 10 years, over 20 years, it's time to let them go. Or unless they're like really your best friend and, still encounter with you and your romantic partner as of now, or if you don't even have a romantic partner, then it's just like, what is their purpose besides maybe talking to you every once in a while? Let go of those relationships that you feel like you're just dragging it on for no reason. It's just like, it's just there. And it's nothing but a hello, how are you? Are things good? How's the weather? How's, how are you out of state? How's your family? Like, that's all just simple talk. And it's fine, but yet it doesn't serve you in any way. It doesn't give you any benefit or value or upgrade of yourself. So what is it really there for? Kind of just to waste your time, to be honest. It's there to waste your time, because you can use that valuable time that you have with relationships that are of value. Okay. Probably need some water. Okay, number 4. Hold those you care about at a high value. So now we're getting deeper into it, okay? So those that are of high value, let's say your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, let's see, your romantic relationships, especially your best friends, like relationships that you hold of high value, keep it that way and cherish it and nourish it and let them know that you really care about them. It's time. If you're just like going through the motions and like, hey, what's up, girl? How are you doing? Like stuff like that. Tell them how much you value and care about them, because we, honestly don't have too much time in the world, to be honest. We die and then we end up going into the 4th dimension, 5th dimension. Those are other things I might talk about eventually. But in this physical world, we don't have too much time with our loved ones. So we should cherish every moment, every single day, and hold them at the top of, they're like a trophy to you. They're high value to you. They make you happy. They make you, feel like you're loved. So reciprocate that. Stop holding back, those hugs. Stop holding back like the I love yous. It's no time for that. No more. It's time to embrace all of it and give it out to the world, okay? Next one, number 5. Okay, do not criticize yourself or others. Let that go. Just let go of criticism. Let go of judgment. We shouldn't even be judging celebrities. We shouldn't even be judging like politicians or, we shouldn't be judging other leaders of other countries. First of all, we should not be judging others, okay? It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. And just because there's a person that you may not agree with or like, doesn't mean that you have to put judgment on them. Just kind of let them go, ignore it, move on, leave it alone. And if they keep dragging it on, something's wrong with them, not you, okay? So it's time to just let the grudges go, let things go, as far as like criticizing yourself overall. I know there's a lot of women and men sometimes, they criticize themselves looking in the mirror and they're like, oh my God, I'm too fat. Like nobody's gonna be with me and stuff like that. Don't do that. Do not. Don't criticize yourself anymore. Hold yourself at high value, just like you would do in the relationships I just mentioned, okay? Hold yourself up high to the highest ground, okay? Do that every single time that you can get. Don't even criticize your enemies. Let it go. It's time to move on, guys. Okay, number 6. Okay, love more, hate less. It's like a continuation. So yes, love yourself more, hate yourself less. Love others more, even strangers. Hate yourself less. Now, I'm going to give an example. When it comes to like terrorism and seeing things on the news and people getting shot and all that stuff, I understand if you criticize and hate those things. But in reality, we shouldn't reflect ourselves on that. Everybody's going to do something different. Everybody has their own issue. Everyone is not sane, or they have a crazy streak. But that doesn't mean you should sympathize with it. It just means that, don't spend your time dwelling on it. Like I said, move on. Just like everything else, I'm like, just move on. Keep it going. You don't want to mess up your health because you are dwelling on something that you cannot even control. Because all these things are going to happen with or without you in this world. It's going to constantly just happen. Will it ever be one day of peace where nothing happens? Maybe that day will come at some point. But this time around, there's always something. And it's way out of your control, so I recommend that you just take your time and focus on loving yourself more, loving others more, and don't hate anymore. Eliminate the hate. And sometimes if you feel like you hate somebody else or hate something in particular, ask yourself why. And ask yourself, is it really worth my time or energy putting into hating somebody else, or hating an organization, hating a company, hating the president, hating a politician, hating my ex or your ex? Is that worth it? No, it's not worth it. Are you able to move on from it? Yes, you can. Keep it moving. 2018, you got to keep it moving, keep it going. Everyone needs to just open themselves up, their higher self, their spiritual self, and let go of the ego, okay? We have no time for hate anymore. We have no time to waste on others that are not holding us at a value that we should be held at. We should not be wasting time on other people that are being fake to us. And we should not be fake to ourselves either. Yeah. I'm going to move on. Number 7, stop freaking out. Easier said than done. Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people that have anxiety about everything. Every single thing that happens to them. They're like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna make this dinner in time. Like I have a party in 2 hours. Da, 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 da. Just take a moment, calm down, and after that, figure out some sort of plan. and work it out. It's time to work it out. Make it work, like Tim Gunn says. Make it work. And that's the way that 2018 should be. Make everything work for yourself. Find another solution. Don't spend your time freaking out about things that, honestly, sometimes you have control over it, but sometimes you don't, okay? But the best thing that you can do is just woosah. Calm down. Just be calm. The calm in the storm, okay? The next one here. Number 8, be confident, not arrogant. It's time to be the confident version of yourself. But don't be so confident where it turns into pure arrogance. Don't think that you're better than the next person, okay? Sure, for example, I'm a massage therapist. I'm also a psychic and psychic medium and an empath. Now, first of all, there's a lot of psychic mediums out there. I never say that I'm the best at it, but I know I'm great. I'm the great person. I'm the great person. No, I'm great at it, okay? I'm great at it, yeah. Am I the best? Am I the best ever? Am I worth millions and millions? I wouldn't say that yet. I still have a lot of growing to do, and I know that, of course. But yes, I can be confident in my abilities, and if I want to give somebody a reading, I would or will. At the same time, I always know there's somebody else that, has really developed their abilities for years and years and years, and I'm not going to, put that down, or I'm not going to say, oh, well, I'm better than them, and, let go of the competition factor. Or unless you're, video games and stuff like that, it always brings out competition. That's a little different. But when it comes to you, yourself, and self-reflection on others, which we shouldn't even be doing that anyway, we should be, just elevating and upgrading ourselves and not worrying about other people, to be honest. And just be confident within yourself. Just not arrogant. I know you guys know the difference. Number 9, let go of control. Go with the flow. Stop trying to be a control freak. Stop trying to control your partner or your child or your friend or your family. Stop trying to be in control of every little thing that happens. Because once you try to control every single thing, there's always going to be a rebel in the mix. There's always going to be somebody that's going to break out and break free and try to, get away from you. Because you're trying to hold on and latch on to everything and be the little puppet master to people that you think are the puppets, okay? Just go with the flow, let things happen for yourself, and yeah, just calm it down. I know you heard the other things I've said, so this goes right along with it. Let the ocean flow. You're the boat. Let the ocean guide you where you gotta go, instead of having somebody on top trying to steer you into another direction. Just go with the flow of the waves. All right, number 10, the last one. I'm just anyway, number 10, be the best version of yourself. Be the most confident person. If you want to, eat right. If you don't want to, heck, just be the best version of yourself. Don't be the facade version of yourself. Going back to being fake and stuff like that. Don't be fake. If you're one of those people that want to eat junk food and stuff like that, who am I to tell you to stop eating junk food? You know what's right or wrong, okay? If you want to be that person and that person is you, then by all means, I'll let that one go, okay? If you're that type of person that likes to work out every day, that likes to be, or likes to eat right and stuff like that, then be that version of yourself and run with it, and even upgrade it if you want to. Same with the person that's the opposite. And you know, I'm not recommending that you eat more junk food, but just be your authentic self. Okay? Be the best version of you that you can be. And sometimes that's an unfiltered version. And if that person is unfiltered, if you are unfiltered and you like being unfiltered, then be unfiltered. At the workplace, it might be a little bit different, but outside of work, be unfiltered. Be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to be who you are. No matter if you think somebody else is not going to like it. To be honest, who cares? Who cares? Be yourself, be free. And that's my information to you. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, love and light. And I'm going to mention the name of this video again. Top 10 ways to better yourself in 2018. Mic drop. Bye.